Welcome to the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu. Today, we're going to be taking a deep dive into the world of self-made millionaires.
Ooh, exciting.
We're going to be unpacking 17 habits of self-made millionaires, a comprehensive guide to change your life. Let me tell you, this 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu does not disappoint.
Oh, I believe that.
It's based on 5 years of research by Thomas C. Corley,
Okay.
and he interviewed 177 self-made millionaires to try to uncover those habits that really set them apart.
177.
Oh,
Wow.
a lot of millionaires.
That's a lot of research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's fascinating here is it's not about some secret formula or overnight success.
Right, right.
It's really about consistent habits practiced over time that truly make the difference.
It's like the compound effect.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
do a little bit every single day, it builds up.
Yeah. And some of these habits, well, let's just say they surprised me.
Okay.
Volunteering, waking up early. Not exactly what I pictured when I thought millionaire lifestyle.
Yeah. Not usually the first thing that comes to mind, but I'm interested to see how these tie in.
Right. But that's what makes this deep dive so interesting. We're going beyond the stereotypes.
Right.
And really getting into the nitty-gritty of what really drives success. So let's jump right in
Okay, let's do it.
with habit number 1, consistent reading. Now, I'm not just talking about browsing social media or skimming headlines.
Right.
This 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu really emphasizes that self-made millionaires treat reading as a strategic tool for growth.
Right.
And I think that's a big difference.
Okay.
There's reading for pleasure, and then there's reading with a goal in mind.
Right. Right. Reading for a purpose, like almost like an athlete who's training.
Yes, exactly.
Hmm.
So think of it like this. They're constantly building their knowledge base, whether it's about their industry,
Okay.
leadership skills,
Hmm.
or personal development. They're not just keeping up, they're staying ahead of the curve.
Yeah. Because the world's changing so quickly right now.
Yeah, it's true.
It's like if you're not learning, you're falling behind.
You're falling behind, yeah. And it's not just about the quantity of reading. It's about the quality, right?
Okay.
The 1 Hour Guide specifically recommends diving into nonfiction books that can give you a real edge.
Okay. So more practical stuff.
Yeah. Practical, think biographies of successful leaders, deep dives into finance, books that challenge you to think differently.
Yeah. So something that can be applied to your life?
Exactly. It's
Yeah.
about seeking out knowledge that can directly impact your goals
Yeah.
and help you grow,
Hmm.
both personally and professionally.
Okay. So no fiction, no just reading for fun.
Reading for fun's good too,
Yeah.
but if you want to
You a millionaire.
reach those goals,
That's a great point. It's about aligning your reading habits with your aspirations.
yeah, being intentional with your time.
Exactly, exactly. So how does this translate into real-world success? Well, the 1 Hour Guide uses Warren Buffett as a prime example.
Okay, yeah. The Oracle of Omaha. This guy, a legend in the investing world, reads between 500 and 1,000 pages a day.
Wow. That's a lot of reading.
I know, it's
No wonder he's so knowledgeable.
crazy, right? And what's interesting is that he directly attributes much of his success to this voracious reading habit.
Right.
He once said, the more you learn, the more you earn. And his investment in Coca-Cola
Okay, yeah.
is a perfect example of this. He made that investment after years of reading about the company's history and strategy.
That's fascinating. So he did his due diligence.
Yeah, he did his research.
Big time.
Absolutely. It's not just about reading for pleasure. It's about acquiring knowledge that can translate into tangible results.
Right. Like actionable insights.
Exactly. And I think this habit is something that anyone can cultivate,
Okay.
even if you don't have hours upon hours to dedicate to reading.
Yeah. Because not everyone can read 1,000 pages a day.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Start by setting aside even just 15 minutes a day for focused reading.
Okay.
Maybe you swap out scrolling through social media for a chapter of a business book.
Yeah. Little trade-off there.
Or listen to an audiobook during your commute.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So little things you could do. I'm already feeling inspired to dust off my library card.
Me too. I've got to get back into the habit.
All right. So we've tackled consistent reading.
All right.
Let's move on to habit number 2, regular exercise.
Okay. Now you might be thinking, what does hitting the gym have to do with becoming a millionaire?
Right. But the 1 Hour Guide argues that self-made millionaires understand the crucial link between physical fitness and mental sharpness.
Okay.
It's not just about looking good in a suit.
Right.
It's about fueling your brain and building resilience.
Okay. So it's more holistic.
Yeah. And this isn't just some motivational fluff. It's backed by science. Exercise has been proven to improve focus,
Oh, yeah, for sure.
reduce stress, boost energy levels.
And creativity, too, right?
Oh, absolutely. And the 1 Hour Guide features Richard Branson, founder of the Virgin Group, who credits exercise for boosting his productivity by a whopping 50%.
Wow, 50%. That's incredible. I'm curious how he manages that.
He even uses his workouts as a time to problem solve and brainstorm new ideas.
Okay, so he's not just like passively working out.
No, it's very active.
He's using that time to think.
Exactly. It's about leveraging that time and energy for creative thinking and strategic planning.
Yeah. I get my best ideas when I'm out for a run or something.
Me too, actually, when I'm away from the desk.
It's like you get that fresh perspective.
Okay. So we've got consistent reading to sharpen our minds,
Okay.
regular exercise to fuel our bodies and boost our thinking.
Right.
But what about the people we surround ourselves with?
Oh, that's a good question.
That brings us to habit number 3.
Mm.
Surround yourself with success. You know that saying, you're the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with.
Oh, yeah, I've heard that one.
Well, self-made millionaires take that to heart.
Okay.
The 1 Hour Guide really emphasizes the power of our network,
Right.
reminding us that the people we choose to spend time with have a huge impact on our mindset, our goals, and ultimately our success.
It makes sense.
Right.
Like if you're surrounded by negative people all the time,
Right.
it's hard to stay motivated and optimistic.
Exactly. And it's not just about networking for favors or connections.
Okay.
It's about surrounding yourself with individuals who inspire you,
Right.
challenge you, and support your growth.
Yeah.
It's about creating a network that pushes you to be your best self.
Yeah. So quality over quantity.
Absolutely.
Mm-hmm.
And the 1 Hour Guide uses Oprah Winfrey's incredible story as a powerful example of this.
Okay.
She didn't just stumble into success.
Yeah, right.
She actively built a network of mentors and advisors who helped her navigate the challenges of building a media empire.
So she was intentional about it.
She was very intentional about it.
Right.
And one of the most crucial pieces of advice she received came from film critic Roger Ebert,
Okay.
who urged her to take control of her show's syndication rights, which ultimately led to her becoming a global media powerhouse. That one piece of advice from someone within her network had a massive impact on her trajectory.
It's amazing how one connection can change the course of your life.
That's incredible. It really shows how surrounding yourself with the right people can open doors
Right.
and accelerate your success.
Mm-hmm.
But here's the question. How can we be more intentional about building a network that supports our goals?
Well, there are so many ways
Yeah.
you can join industry groups, attend conferences, or even connect with people you admire online through platforms like LinkedIn.
That's a good idea.
It's about putting yourself out there and building genuine relationships with individuals who share your values and aspirations.
I love those suggestions. It's about being proactive,
Right.
creating opportunities for connection, rather than waiting for them to fall into our laps.
Exactly. You got to go out and seek those connections.
All right, so we've covered reading, exercise, and networking.
Right. Hitting all the bases.
Are you sensing a theme here? It seems like self-made millionaires are all about building a solid foundation for success.
Yeah, I think you're right. Like setting themselves up for success in the long run.
Absolutely. These habits are like the building blocks,
Yeah.
the essential elements that set the stage for long-term growth and achievement.
Okay.
And speaking of building,
Mhm.
the next habit might just surprise you.
Oh, okay. I'm intrigued. What is it?
It's commitment to volunteering.
Volunteering. Okay, that's not one I would have expected, but tell me more.
I know, right? When I first saw this one, I was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
But the 1 Hour Guide explains that millionaires see volunteering as more than just charity.
Okay.
It's an opportunity to develop leadership skills, build connections, and stay grounded.
I can see how that makes sense. It takes you outside of your own little bubble,
Yeah,
exposes you to new perspectives.
it does. And it makes perfect sense when you think about it.
Yeah.
When you volunteer, you're stepping outside of your comfort zone,
Right.
taking on new challenges, interacting with a diverse group of people. It's like a crash course in leadership and teamwork.
Yeah, and you learn to work with people from all walks of life.
That's a good point, which can be really valuable in business.
Right.
And the 1 Hour Guide highlights Mark Benioff, the founder of Salesforce,
Yeah.
as a prime example.
Okay.
He created the 1-1-1 model,
1-1.
where companies pledge 1% equity, 1% product, and 1% of employee time to charitable causes.
Oh, wow. That's a really cool model.
So it's a win-win, right?
Yeah.
The company gives back to the community,
Yeah.
and employees gain valuable experience and leadership skills.
Yeah. Everybody wins.
Exactly. And what's fascinating is that this model has been adopted by numerous companies worldwide,
That's great.
demonstrating the ripple effect of this habit. It's not just about individual growth, it's about creating a culture of giving back,
Right.
making a positive impact on the world.
So it's like paying it forward on a larger scale.
That's a powerful example.
Yeah.
It shows how even small acts of service can have a ripple effect and create positive change.
Yeah. It's inspiring.
So we've got a solid foundation with reading, exercise, a supportive network, and a commitment to giving back.
Okay. We're building something special here.
But what about our dreams and aspirations?
Oh, that's a big one. That's what it's all about, right?
That brings us to habit number 5.
Right.
This is where things get really interesting.
Okay, lay it on me.
The 1-Hour Guide by Anil Nathu dives into the power of dream setting,
All right.
emphasizing that self-made millionaires don't just passively wish for things to happen.
Right.
They actively envision their future and take concrete steps to make those dreams a reality.
Okay. So it's not just about dreaming, it's about doing.
Doing, yeah. It's not about daydreaming or wishful thinking.
Okay.
It's about strategic dreaming. It's about having a clear vision of where you want to go,
Right.
and then breaking down those big, audacious goals into actionable steps.
Yeah. Break it down into smaller chunks.
Exactly. And the 1-Hour Guide uses Elon Musk, known for his ambitious ventures like SpaceX and Tesla, as a prime example.
Okay, yeah. He's known for thinking big.
He dares to dream big,
Yeah.
colonizing Mars, revolutionizing transportation.
Wow.
And then, here's the key, he translates those dreams into concrete action.
Right.
From developing reusable rockets to building a network of electric vehicle charging stations.
He's not just talking, he's walking the walk.
He's doing it. It's incredible to see how those seemingly impossible dreams become tangible achievements
Yeah.
when you combine a clear vision with the discipline to take action.
Right. It's about having that vision and then backing it up with the work.
Exactly. But sometimes we get so caught up in the hustle, in achieving those big dreams, that we forget to nurture our own passions and interests.
Oh, yeah. That's so important. You can get burned out if you're not careful.
That's where habit number 6 comes in.
Yeah.
Pursuing personal goals.
Okay. So making time for yourself.
Yes. The 1-Hour Guide emphasizes that it's not selfish to have passions outside of work.
Okay.
In fact, it's essential for a balanced and fulfilling life, which ultimately makes us better leaders and more effective in our careers.
Yeah. It's like recharging your batteries.
Exactly. And Richard Branson, again,
Zach.
yeah, he's known for his adventurous spirit,
Oh, yeah.
his love of fitness,
Yeah.
and his commitment to philanthropy. These passions, far from distracting him from his business ventures, actually fuel his success.
That's interesting.
They provide him with energy,
Yeah.
perspective,
Mm.
and a sense of fulfillment that spills over into his professional life.
Yeah. I can see that. It's about having a well-rounded life.
Exactly. It's about recognizing that we're not just machines
Yeah.
programmed for productivity.
Right.
We're human beings
Yeah.
with diverse interests
All right.
and passions.
Mm.
And when we nurture those passions, we bring more energy, creativity, and joy to everything we do, including our work.
So it's like finding that balance.
Yeah, finding that balance. So we've covered reading, exercise, networking, giving back, dreaming big, and nurturing our passions.
Okay. That's a lot.
It's a holistic approach to success,
Yeah.
focusing not just on financial wealth,
Right.
but on building a life of purpose and fulfillment.
Right.
And that, I think, is what truly sets self-made millionaires apart.
I think you're right. It's not just about the money. It's about the whole package.
Exactly. They recognize that success is multifaceted, and they cultivate habits that support their growth on all levels: intellectual, physical, emotional, and social.
Right. It's like a well-rounded approach to life.
And speaking of supporting growth, the next habit focuses on something that's often neglected,
Oh, okay. I'm curious. What is it?
especially in our always-on culture.
Okay, yeah. We're all so busy these days.
You're talking about habit number 7?
Yeah.
Get adequate sleep, right? I have to admit, this one is always a struggle for me.
Oh, me too. It's so easy to stay up late working or scrolling through your phone.
There's this idea, this myth almost, of the sleep-deprived entrepreneur burning the midnight oil to achieve success.
Oh, yeah. Like you have to sacrifice sleep to get ahead?
Right. But the 1-Hour Guide debunks that myth,
Okay.
emphasizing that millionaires understand the critical importance of sleep for optimal brain function.
Right.
It's not about laziness.
Right.
It's about recognizing that adequate sleep fuels our decision-making, enhances our creativity, and boosts our resilience in the face of challenges.
Yeah. It's like recharging your brain.
It is. And they use Jeff Bezos, the founder of Amazon, as a prime example.
Okay, yeah. One of the most successful people in the world.
This guy, who built one of the most successful companies in the world,
Right.
prioritizes getting 8 hours of sleep every night.
8 hours. That's impressive.
I know. He even claims that being well-rested was instrumental in his decision-making during Amazon's acquisition of Whole Foods.
Wow, so sleep helped him make a multi-billion-dollar decision.
It's a powerful example of how prioritizing sleep can actually enhance your ability to lead,
Right.
make strategic decisions,
Yeah.
and navigate complex challenges.
Yeah, I'm starting to see the light here.
8 hours.
Uh,
I can already hear the collective groans from our sleep-deprived listeners.
Me too.
But seriously, after hearing how much Bezos has accomplished while still prioritizing his sleep, maybe it's time to rethink our relationship with those precious nighttime hours.
I think you're right. I'm going to try to get more sleep tonight.
Me too. Okay, so we've got our sleep schedule sorted.
Right.
Now we need to talk about the next habit,
Okay, bring it on.
and it's about waking up early.
Wait a minute. First we need to sleep more, and now we need to wake up earlier.
I know.
How does that work?
I know it seems counterintuitive.
Yeah.
Right? But the 1 Hour Guide emphasizes that this isn't about depriving ourselves of rest.
Okay.
It's about leveraging the golden hours before the day's chaos begins.
Okay. So I'm making the most of that quiet time.
Yeah, it's about capitalizing on that quiet time for focused work, personal growth, or simply enjoying a peaceful start to your day.
Yeah, before the emails and phone calls start rolling in.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And the 1 Hour Guide uses Tim Cook, the CEO of Apple, as a prime example.
Oh, wow.
This guy wakes up at 3:45 a.m.
3.45? That's crazy early.
I know. He uses those early hours to handle emails, exercise, and strategize before most people have even had their coffee.
That's remarkable.
It is, right?
So he's like a productivity machine.
He's getting it done. It's a remarkable example of how leveraging those early hours can set the tone for a productive and successful day.
Right. He's getting a head start on everyone else.
Exactly. It's about maximizing your time and energy rather than getting swept up in the reactive mode that often dominates our days.
Yeah, that makes sense. It's about being proactive, like we talked about earlier.
3:45 a.m. I'm not sure I'm ready to join Tim Cook's early bird club just yet, but I can definitely see the appeal of having that quiet time to focus and get things done before the day's distractions set in.
Yeah, that quiet time is golden.
It is. It's about finding what works best for you,
Right.
whether it's waking up an hour earlier or simply dedicating a specific time block each day to focused work.
Okay.
The key is to be intentional about how you structure your time.
Right. Have a plan.
All right, so we've got our sleep schedule sorted, our early morning routine planned,
Check and check.
and now it's time to talk about money.
Oh, okay. Everybody's favorite topic?
Habit number 9 in the 1 Hour Guide is all about generating multiple sources of income.
Okay, so not putting all your eggs in one basket.
And this one is all about building financial stability and flexibility.
Right.
Millionaires understand that relying on a single source of income,
Yeah.
whether it's a job or a business, can be risky. They diversify their income streams to minimize risk and maximize growth.
Yeah, like spreading the risk.
It's like spreading your bets, right?
Mhm.
Rather than putting all your eggs in one basket,
Right.
you create multiple streams of revenue,
Yeah.
either through investments, side hustles, or building additional businesses.
Okay, so having multiple streams of income coming in.
The 1 Hour Guide uses Richard Branson with his vast Virgin Empire, encompassing everything from record labels to airlines to space travel, as a prime example of this principle in action.
Yeah, he's definitely diversified.
He's not just relying on one business to generate wealth. He's created a network of ventures that support and reinforce each other.
Wow, that's impressive.
It is impressive, right?
But building multiple businesses, that sounds pretty daunting, to be honest.
I mean, it can be.
Yeah.
But the key is to start small
Okay.
and build gradually.
Okay.
Maybe you start with a side hustle that aligns with your skills and interests.
Okay. Yeah.
Or you invest in real estate.
Mm.
Or the stock market.
Right. Little steps.
It's about taking calculated risks and diversifying your income sources over time.
Okay. So being strategic about it.
All right, so we've got multiple income streams flowing.
Okay. The money's coming in.
But what about guidance and support? How do self-made millionaires navigate the challenges and uncertainties of building a successful life and career?
That's a good question. You can't do it alone, right?
Well, that brings us to habit number 10. Find and consult mentors.
Okay. Having someone to guide you.
Millionaires understand the value of seeking guidance from those who have already walked the path they're on. It's like having a shortcut to avoiding pitfalls
Yeah.
and maximizing success.
Like having a map.
The 1 Hour Guide uses the story of Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks, as a powerful example.
Okay.
Early in his career, he sought out mentors who helped him shape his vision for Starbucks
Okay.
and navigate the complexities of building a global brand.
So he had people to bounce ideas off of,
He did.
get advice from.
And one of his most influential mentors was Jerry Baldwin,
Okay.
one of the original founders of Starbucks.
Oh, wow.
Baldwin's guidance and support were instrumental in helping Schultz transform Starbucks from a small Seattle coffee shop into the global giant it is today.
That's amazing. So mentorship really played a key role in Starbucks' success.
It's amazing to see how mentors can provide not just advice,
Right.
but also encouragement and support during those crucial early stages of a business or career.
Yeah. Having someone to believe in you can make all the difference.
But finding a mentor can feel intimidating. Where do you even begin?
I know, it could be a bit awkward. Like, will you be my mentor?
Yeah. Well, the 1 Hour Guide suggests being proactive.
Okay.
Network within your industry, attend conferences,
Right.
or leverage online platforms like LinkedIn to connect with individuals you admire.
Yeah. So put yourself out there.
It is about building genuine relationships
Yeah.
and seeking out guidance from those who have achieved what you aspire to achieve.
Okay. So find people who inspire you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's great advice.
Yeah.
It's about taking initiative and putting yourself out there
Right.
rather than waiting for a mentor to magically appear in your life.
You got to go out and find them.
And speaking of putting yourself out there, the next habit in the 1 Hour Guide challenges us to think beyond our own self-interest
Okay.
and embrace a more collaborative approach to success.
All right. So thinking about others.
Habit number 11 is all about helping others succeed.
Oh, that's interesting. Paying it forward.
And this one is truly a game changer. Millionaires understand that success is not a zero-sum game. They realize that by helping others achieve their goals,
Yeah.
they create a ripple effect of positive energy that ultimately benefits everyone involved.
So it's like a win-win situation.
It is. It's about shifting our mindset from competition to collaboration,
Okay.
from a scarcity mentality to an abundance mentality.
Right. There's enough success to go around.
And the 1 Hour Guide uses Satya Nadella, the CEO of Microsoft, as a prime example of this principle in action.
Okay.
Nadella has transformed Microsoft's culture from one of internal competition to one of collaboration and shared success.
Wow. That's a big shift,
It is a big shift.
especially for a big company like Microsoft.
He's fostered an environment where employees are encouraged to support each other, share ideas, and work together to achieve common goals.
So it's about teamwork.
Teamwork, yeah. And the results have been remarkable,
Okay.
with Microsoft experiencing a period of significant growth and innovation.
So it's working.
It's working. That's a powerful example of how helping others succeed can create a win-win situation for everyone involved.
Right.
It's about recognizing that our success is interconnected
Yeah.
and that by supporting each other,
Yeah.
we can all achieve greater heights.
So it's not about tearing others down. It's about lifting each other up.
Exactly. It's about creating a culture of abundance where everyone has the opportunity to thrive and contribute their unique talents.
That's a beautiful thought.
So we've laid a solid foundation with reading, exercise, networking, giving back, and dreaming big.
Okay, we're on a roll.
We've found mentors to guide us, and we're actively supporting the success of others.
Right.
But what about those inevitable challenges and setbacks?
Oh, yeah. Life's not always smooth sailing.
How do self-made millionaires maintain their momentum and stay focused on their goals when things get tough?
That's a good question. Resilience is key, right?
That brings us to habit number 12,
Okay.
and is one of the most crucial habits of all. Stay positive.
Okay. Keep that chin up.
Now, this doesn't mean ignoring problems or pretending that everything is always rosy.
Right.
It's about cultivating a mindset that allows you to approach challenges with optimism,
Okay.
to focus on solutions rather than dwelling on problems,
Yeah, don't dwell on the negative.
and to maintain your belief in your ability to achieve your goals, even when faced with adversity.
So it's like having that unshakable belief in yourself.
The 1 Hour Guide uses Oprah Winfrey's incredible journey
Okay.
from overcoming a childhood of poverty and abuse to building a media empire as a powerful testament to the transformative power of positivity.
Wow, she's an amazing example of resilience.
Her unwavering belief in herself and her ability to create a better future fueled her success.
That's so inspiring.
Her story is a powerful reminder that our mindset plays a crucial role in our ability to overcome challenges and achieve our goals.
Yeah, our thoughts really shape our reality.
But staying positive can be tough,
Oh, for sure.
especially when we're faced with setbacks and disappointments.
Yeah, it's easy to get discouraged.
What are some practical ways we can cultivate a more positive outlook?
Well, the 1 Hour Guide offers some great suggestions.
Okay.
Practice gratitude, surround yourself with positive people,
Okay. Yeah.
and reframe challenges as opportunities for growth.
Okay.
It's about shifting our perspective
Right.
and focusing on the good, even when things are tough.
I love those tips. It's about actively choosing to focus on the positive, to train our minds to see the possibilities rather than getting bogged down in negativity.
Yeah, like retraining your brain to look for the good.
And speaking of breaking free from negativity,
Okay.
the next habit in the 1 Hour Guide challenges us to step outside of our comfort zones
All right.
and embrace our unique vision.
So be yourself.
Habit number 13 is all about don't conform.
You'll conform, okay?
It's about challenging conventional wisdom, questioning assumptions, and pursuing ideas that others might dismiss.
Oh, okay. So thinking outside the box.
It's about having the courage to stand out from the crowd and pursue your vision, even when it seems unconventional.
Yeah, like being a trailblazer.
And the 1 Hour Guide uses Steve Jobs and Apple as a prime example of the power of nonconformity.
Okay, yeah. Apple's always been known for doing things differently.
Jobs' relentless pursuit of both design and functionality, his refusal to compromise on his vision, led to the creation of iconic products like the iPhone and the MacBook
Right.
that revolutionized the tech industry.
They really changed the game.
It's amazing how thinking differently can lead to such groundbreaking innovations.
Yeah, it's about pushing the boundaries.
But it takes courage to go against the grain,
Right.
to trust your instincts,
Yeah.
and pursue your vision even when others doubt you.
It can be lonely at the top.
Absolutely. And the 1 Hour Guide emphasizes that this courage is often rewarded.
Okay.
It's about recognizing that true innovation comes from challenging the status quo
Right.
and pursuing ideas that others might consider too risky or unconventional.
So taking those calculated risks.
Okay, so we're staying positive, thinking differently,
Right.
and now we need to refine our social skills.
You know, as we delve deeper into these 17 habits from the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu, it's striking how they all connect to create this, framework for success.
It's like a puzzle, isn't it?
Hmm.
Each habit is a piece, and when you put them all together,
Yeah.
you get this incredible picture of what it takes to achieve real, lasting success.
Exactly. And one of the pieces that I find particularly intriguing is the emphasis on finding and consulting mentors.
Yeah.
We touched on it briefly earlier, but I think it deserves a closer look.
Yeah, for sure.
You know, it's easy to say find a mentor, but in reality, it can feel like a daunting task.
It can. It can feel awkward, like you're asking for a huge favor.
Yeah, exactly.
But the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu emphasizes that it's not about begging for guidance.
Right.
It's about building genuine relationships with people who resonate with your goals and values.
Right. It's about seeking out individuals who have walked a similar path,
Yeah.
who have faced challenges and overcome obstacles,
Right,
and
yeah.
who can offer valuable insights and perspectives.
And what I find interesting is that the 1 Hour Guide suggests approaching mentorship as a two-way street.
Oh, okay.
It's not just about receiving guidance.
Right.
It's about contributing value to the relationship as well.
Absolutely. Mentorship is a partnership, a collaboration where both parties benefit.
Yeah.
And that might involve sharing your own skills and experiences,
Right.
offering support, or simply being a good listener.
The 1 Hour Guide even suggests being proactive about connecting with potential mentors,
Okay.
whether it's through networking events,
Yeah.
online platforms like LinkedIn,
Right.
or even reaching out directly to someone you admire.
That's a great point. It's about putting yourself out there, being open to new connections,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
not being afraid to ask for guidance. And this proactive spirit is actually a recurring theme throughout the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu.
It is, yeah. It's about taking ownership of your success,
Right.
being the driver of your own journey, rather than passively waiting for opportunities to come your way.
And speaking of taking ownership, let's dive into another habit that often trips people up: generating multiple sources of income.
This is a big one. It can feel overwhelming, especially when you're already juggling a full-time job and other commitments.
Right.
But the 1 Hour Guide makes it seem less daunting by breaking it down into manageable steps.
Okay, that's good.
They emphasize that it's not about quitting your job and becoming a full-fledged entrepreneur overnight.
Right.
It's about gradually building a portfolio of income streams that align with your skills, passions, and goals.
Right. The 1 Hour Guide even suggests starting small, maybe with a side hustle or a freelance gig. Exactly.
Right.
Maybe you leverage your writing skills to create content for businesses,
Right.
or you use your design expertise to offer freelance services.
Yeah.
It's about identifying your strengths and finding ways to monetize them.
And then, as you gain experience and build your confidence, you can start to explore more ambitious ventures,
Okay.
like investing in real estate or launching your own business.
The key is to think long term, to create multiple streams of income that can provide financial stability and flexibility. And this ties in beautifully with the habit of dream setting, doesn't it?
It does. Once you have a clear vision of your future,
Mm.
whether it's financial freedom, starting a business, or traveling the world, you can start to identify income streams that will support that vision.
Yeah,
It's about aligning your actions with your goals
right.
and making sure your income streams are working for you, not against you.
So we've got mentors to guide us, multiple income streams flowing, and a clear vision for the future. But what about those inevitable bumps in the road?
Right.
How do we handle setbacks and stay motivated when things get tough?
That's where the final habit from the 1 Hour Guide comes in.
Yeah.
Be resilient. And honestly, this might be the most important habit of all. Because no matter how well we plan, no matter how diligently we work, we're going to face challenges and setbacks along the way.
It's true. Life throws curveballs.
It's about recognizing that failure is not the opposite of success.
Yeah.
It's part of the journey. And it's how we respond to those failures that truly defines our character and our capacity for success.
The 1 Hour Guide tells the story of Howard Schultz's return to Starbucks during a period of intense struggle.
Yeah.
The company was facing declining sales, store closures, and a loss of its core identity.
Yeah. It was a tough time.
Schultz could have easily walked away, but he chose to face the challenge head-on.
He did. He listened to feedback, made tough decisions, reinvigorated the company culture, and ultimately steered Starbucks back on course to become the global powerhouse it is today.
It's a remarkable example of resilience in action.
It is.
It's about facing adversity with courage,
Yeah.
learning from mistakes, adapting to changing circumstances, and never giving up on your vision.
And that, I think, is what makes this 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu so powerful.
Yeah.
It's not just about financial success.
Right.
It's about building the resilience and the mental toughness to thrive in all aspects of life.
It's about developing the habits and the mindset that allow you to face challenges head-on,
Yeah.
bounce back from setbacks.
Yeah. And ultimately achieve your full potential.
You know, it's incredible how these 17 habits, when woven together, create this tapestry of success that encompasses not just wealth, but also personal growth, fulfillment, and impact.
It's a holistic approach to success, recognizing that true fulfillment comes from aligning our actions with our values, pursuing our passions, and making a positive contribution to the world.
And it all starts with cultivating the right habits.
So as we wrap up this part of our deep dive into the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu, I'm curious to hear your thoughts. What's resonating with you the most? Which of these habits are you most eager to incorporate into your own life?
For me, it's the emphasis on being proactive. It's about taking ownership of your success rather than waiting for things to happen.
Yeah.
It's about seeking out mentors, building multiple income streams, and actively pursuing your dreams.
I love that. I think for me, it's the reminder that success is a journey, not a destination.
Yeah.
It's about embracing the challenges, learning from setbacks, and constantly striving to grow and evolve. And it's about recognizing that success is not just about achieving financial wealth.
Right.
It's about living a life of purpose, fulfillment, and impact.
Absolutely. And the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu provides a brilliant roadmap for achieving all of that and more.
It does. Stay tuned for part 3 of our deep dive, where we'll explore how these 17 habits can help you create a life of abundance,
Yeah.
not just financially, but in all areas of your life. As we wrap up our deep dive into the 17 habits of self-made millionaires, from the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu, it's amazing how much ground we've covered.
I know, it's been a really insightful journey,
I guess.
exploring all these different habits and how they all tie together.
Yeah, it's inspiring to see how these habits, when woven together, create a framework for success that extends far beyond just financial wealth.
Absolutely.
You know, it's about personal growth, fulfillment, and creating a life of impact, wouldn't you say?
I totally agree. It's not just about the money, it's about the whole person.
Exactly. And it's all about building that solid foundation brick by brick with each of these habits.
Yeah, I love that analogy, like constructing a building where each habit is a crucial element, supporting and reinforcing the others.
And one of the key elements, one we haven't explored in depth yet, is the power of staying positive.
Oh yeah, that's a big one. Especially these days when it's so easy to get caught up in all the negativity.
It's true, right? That's habit number 12, right? I have to admit, this one is always a work in progress for me. It's so easy to get caught up in negativity, especially with everything going on in the world.
Yeah, it's definitely a practice, not a switch you can just flip on. But the 1 hour guide reminds us that we have a choice in how we perceive challenges and frame our experiences.
Yeah, we do have a choice.
We can choose to focus on the negative, or we can choose to focus on the positive.
So true. They use the incredible story of Oprah Winfrey as an example, showing how her unwavering positivity helps her overcome incredible adversity and achieve extraordinary success.
She's such an inspiration.
She is.
Oh,
It's a powerful reminder that our mindset is everything. It shapes our reality and influences our outcomes.
yeah, our thoughts become our reality.
And while we can't control everything that happens to us, we can control how we respond.
That's right. Our response is everything.
So how can we cultivate this positive outlook? The 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu offers some practical tips, right?
They do.
Okay,
They emphasize the importance of gratitude, taking time each day to appreciate the good things in our lives.
that makes sense. When we focus on what we're grateful for, it shifts our perspective away from lack and scarcity and towards abundance.
Yeah, you start to see all the good things that are already present in your life.
It's true. And it's not just about feeling grateful, it's about expressing that gratitude,
Right.
whether it's through journaling, telling your loved ones how much they mean to you, or simply acknowledging the beauty around you.
Yeah. Find little ways to express that gratitude every day.
The 1 Hour Guide also encourages surrounding ourselves with positive people.
Oh, that's huge. You really become like the people you spend the most time with.
That's crucial. Our environment has a huge impact on our mindset. When we spend time with people who are uplifting and supportive, it naturally rubs off on us.
It's contagious. Positive energy is contagious.
And on the flip side, if we're constantly surrounded by negativity and complaining, it's hard to stay positive.
It really drags you down.
It does. And finally, the 1 Hour Guide emphasizes the power of reframing challenges as opportunities for growth.
Oh,
Rather than seeing setbacks as failures, we can choose to see them as valuable learning experiences that make us stronger and more resilient.
that's all about perspective, right?
It is.
You can choose to see the challenge as a setback or as a stepping stone.
Exactly. It's about adopting a growth mindset, recognizing that every challenge, every obstacle is an opportunity to learn, adapt, and evolve.
And that ties directly into the final habit we discussed, being resilient.
Yeah, it does. Resilience is the ability to bounce back from adversity,
Right.
to face challenges head-on, and to emerge stronger on the other side.
The 1 Hour Guide uses Howard Schultz's return to Starbucks during a time of crisis as a powerful example of resilience in action.
Right. He didn't shy away from the company's problems. He embraced them, made tough decisions, and ultimately led Starbucks to even greater success.
He could have easily just stayed retired and enjoyed his fortune, but he chose to come back and fight for the company he loved.
It's a reminder that setbacks are inevitable, but they don't have to define us. It's our response to those setbacks that truly matters.
That's right. It's all about how you bounce back.
And that's what I find so empowering about these 17 habits from the 1 Hour Guide by Anil Nathu. They're not just about becoming a millionaire, they're about becoming the best version of ourselves.
I agree. It's a blueprint for personal growth and success.
It's a roadmap for personal and professional growth, applicable to anyone, regardless of their financial goals or current circumstances.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's your biggest takeaway from exploring these habits?
For me, it's the interconnectedness of it all. These habits aren't isolated actions. They work together synergistically to create a life of abundance.
Yeah, I agree. It's like a web where each habit strengthens the others. And for me, the most impactful takeaway is the power of a positive mindset. It's the foundation upon which everything else is built.
Well said. And to our listeners, thank you for joining us today. We hope this deep dive into the 17 habits of self-made millionaires has inspired you to embrace your own potential and create a life of success, fulfillment, and impact. Visit the 1 Hour Guide website for more business insights by Anil Nathu.